They're fresh, but I don't know if it's on here. I'm trying to.
The urge
Okay,
to
there it is.
scream somebody's name just hit.
There we go.
No,
Yes,
no,
there.
that's not good.
Okay, nothing happened before this. There we go. Ta-da!
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
This is the first time
We are
I don't know what you're
all
talking
Just been
about.
playing
innocent.
Star
Oh,
Wars this whole
I'm
time.
sorry. I'm the architect. Sorry. You guys don't know
try
anything.
hide your crime.
What do you mean?
YouTube,
This is the first-
there's a conversation that happened
What
there that you will never
crimes?
hear.
Yeah.
We
I'm
are
talking to a certain
innocent.
somebody who was playing League.
Uh,
Don't hide
What do you
your
mean?
crime.
This is the first episode of the series.
Yeah.
First episode, yeah, we haven't played any of this yet.
This
But
is.
we are.
See, and there it is again. This
What
is why.
crimes are y'all even on about?
This is why I had to
I have
add
no
content
clue what
classification.
y'all are thinking of.
This is not gonna go well if this is how this
Significant profanity or vulgarity.
Can we move on?
Yes, please. Jeez. I had
I'm
to
just
add
gonna
that.
be playing another game while you guys are doing this. So continue. By all
All right,
means.
let me.
Like, I want
just-
to point out, 2 of us here have had literally less than 4 hours of sleep. And
Let's sleep.
Yeah.
And one of them
Again,
happens to
welcome
be
to my
this
club,
guy.
bro.
Yeah, and one of them
Yeah.
happens to be the DM that can go, okay, fuck it. So,
Okay.
how about we move on, please?
All right, let me do.
Oh,
Where's the
so
screen?
Let's go.
I could just mute your asses and start talking.
The entire
First
stream
off-
is just Matrix.
Yeah. First off, you can find all past episodes and anything box opening wise. My son pointed out something on Nemesis, the ship Nemesis, that I didn't see before. So I was like, oh, hey.
By the way, I asked
There's
you
a
to
box
at me
open.
when you were unboxing that, by the way.
I forgot to. Shut up, leave me alone.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll show it to you personally later.
Alright.
How's that? It's really cool. She's really awesome. Sorry. But no, find all the past episodes on the YouTube channel here. You can see it. And there's links to everybody else's stuff. If you click on that little link thing and it shows it down at the bottom. Ta-da! There you go. You got to see that. And then I'm going to turn it over to Dave.
All right. So again, if anyone's interested in the books for the series, velvetfanggames.com/dndestiny.
Yeah, this
The game, the books are free. You can go ahead and download them, check them out. Go ahead and check out their Discord too. They got a lot of stuff happening there. Discussions happening about the new updates coming to the future books. So always worth checking out. But that said, we are going to dive back in. So when we last left the team, they were assisting out at the farm after getting everyone there and settled in. And after some discussions and revealing of the shard that was found by the team that went to the Shard of the Traveler, there's a lot of discussion as to
Sorry,
what
guys,
was
you
the
can hear
bomb,
me for some
as
reason.
it was emanating a powerful light, as if it was absorbing the light from the shard that it was sitting in for who knows how long it was sitting in there. After some discussion, Sarai had asked the team to assist them at the farm and get a radio tower up at the top of the mountain back in running order so we can get more people to this rally point. After fending off a Cabal squadron and clearing the zone of any other hostiles, they were able to repair the radio tower and get everything back up in running order. After a good night's rest after a hard-fought fight, the team wakes up and starts to see more civilians are gathering at the farm, including a handful of guardians that are passing through. So now the team is awakening and coming in to their next challenge. So at the moment, everyone has been gathered to the farm at this point. You're starting to hear there's rumblings and some talk off in the distance. But for the most part, it's actually pretty quiet. And you're hearing some woodworking happening off in the distance from your bunks. Who wants to wake up first?
I bet we roll for it.
You can do
I was
that if
gonna
you want to.
say Diablo can wake up first because she has a habit of getting up early for her workshop.
All right. So you're getting up first, just on your natural body's clock at this point. You're not needing any immediate sustenance or anything. You wake up and your ghost is kind of floating beside you. What's the first thing that you do?
Coffee.
All right, so you start making. You'll have to make your way over to the kitchen. So you'll, as you start to leave the bunk, and you're walking out across the field. There's scatterings of people working on a building. Looks like they're trying to repair some of the barn. There's other people that are stacking some boxes off in the distance. The sun is just starting to rise at this point. You're the early riser. You wake up just before sunrise, so the sun is just starting to creep up over the horizon at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And as you pass your way through, you make your way into the other building where there's a large kitchen in there, and there's a nice sized coffee pot. Baha, that's up to you. What did Raven do? That's for you to tell us.
I don't know.
Think of something while we're working on this.
It's crazy. Those crazy ones.
So Diablo, you make your way into the kitchen, and you do open up some of these old wooden cabinets. It's kind of like this is a interesting setting to you because you've been in more modernized kitchens and buildings from your time in the last city. You haven't spent much time in a farmhouse like this. It's got a very cozy, kind of a quaint feel to it as you open up the cabinets and you start looking for the coffee. You go through you find a couple of cylinders that look like they'd have some coffee in it, and you pull off their plastic tops, and you do see some coffee in there. You do manage to find a couple of filters there as well, so you start to brew up a large pot of coffee as the morning goes on. Is there anything that you would be doing during this time?
Normally, I would say her habit would, since she was living in the last city, her habit would be checking on the shop, checking on her workshop, and getting things started for the day to get prepped to get working for the day. But she can't exactly do that with like the full routine. If I remember correctly, last session, she was handed a bullet to recreate. Is that correct? If I remember correctly?
I believe so. Yes, you were handed a bullet from Elias.
It was a few sessions ago.
Yeah, so it was a while ago. So now that
Mhm.
she has time to take a look at it, um, she's just she's gonna take out like um some of her tools to really get down and examine it, and if possible take it apart, and take it apart really carefully to know like the gunpowder amount and etc., what the amount of everything is.
All right, so you sit down at a table in the kitchen there, and you're focused in on the job. You pull out the bullet and you start to examine it. You're you're looking it over. You're twisting it in your fingers as you're rolling it and just looking it over on every angle. And from here, you'll start to just study, and you'll set up a little workshop on a bench there and start to do your work. Who would want to go next? Volunteers, or you roll for it? Up to you.
I'll go next.
Okay. All right, Theo. The sun is starting to rise at this point. You wake up a little bit earlier than you normally do, but you do feel fully rested. What's the first thing you would like to do?
I guess I would want to check in on that crystal, well, bone shard. See if anything's changed about him.
Okay. So that's held in a different building from where you're at. So you'll leave the bunk and you'll start heading off in that direction. Same thing. You're seeing, little groups of people working on different projects across the farm. There's more people that are here now than before you went to sleep. So it's a bit of a comfort to you that the radio tower is doing its job and more people are starting to arrive at the farm. You get to the building where the bone shard is being housed, and you see it's sticking out like a sore thumb, sitting in a barrel of a gun that's pointed directly up, and you notice the shard is glowing radiant.
Nothing's changed about it. I guess that's good. We'll definitely need to get Ash to inspect this more. See if they can figure out anything.
Nova chimes into your head. Yeah, we definitely need to get more information about this, but I'm admittedly a little concerned.
I mean, how could you not be?
Well, in particular, this bone shard, because the way it's radiating so much light and kind of given what you mentioned by your vision, I can't help but feel like maybe we should just destroy the thing.
That is a good concern. But at the same time, we don't know of how important it may be in the future. For all we know, it could be the way to bring our light back, or to cause its destruction. Or at least into one's body, that is. Because at the same time, it could be the same instance of whoever does decide to use it, it could turn into another Gotham situation.
You can sense Nova's trepidation. He's just uneasy about this entire feeling. Oh, you're right.
There are
I
too many
just don't
uncertainties.
trust this.
There's just too many uncertainties about this crystal, well, shard. It is harbored by darkness, yet it radiates with light.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. I know Paradox has been racking his shell on it too, and well, we're all kind of at a loss right now.
If anything, the more people we get to the farm, the more likely we'll come across other people that might be able to help research this thing, or even might have an answer. It's all about waiting now.
Yeah, well, I can't help but get the feeling that waiting might be our biggest problem here.
Especially since time is our enemy currently.
In more ways than one.
Well, there's not
So
much
was
I can
there
exactly do.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask you. Above game, was there anything else you want to do for this?
I was probably gonna go help. I was probably gonna help with construction
Okay.
since because like you said, there were people moving objects and trying to build stuff. So I figured I'd probably be useful in that area.
Okay. So yeah, after checking in on the shard to make sure nothing's changed to it, in which nothing has changed physically anyway, you go and start helping some of the people out there who are moving some of the boxes out there and working on the construction site. Who wants to go next?
Okay, am I alive? There we go.
Who wants to roll for it then?
I think we might have to roll for it.
I guess we're
There we
rolling
go.
for-
Sorry, I was trying to get my mic unmuted. I go!
Oh.
I'll go
okay.
next. The rest
Okay.
can roll for it. Make the rest roll for it from now there. They get to roll. I'm next. Sorry, I was trying to get the microphone unmuted and it wasn't working. I was fighting with
It's
it.
okay.
I'm awake.
Yeah, I saw you're muted in Discord, so.
It's a stupid thing.
All right. So Uros, the sun is just starting to rise, and you're peeking it through the window there a little bit. What would you like to do first?
Get up and go. Kind of just go outside and watch it rise.
All right. So you leave the bunk and you go find yourself a nice view to watch the sunrise.
Just standing there watching it, thinking. Listening.
Will chime in. Glimmer for your thoughts.
Just thinking about everything that happened last night. And then all the stuff that's been happening.
Yeah, there's certainly been a lot happening, but yeah, I'm admittedly not sure what to think either.
Well,
I'm
specifically,
not exactly I'm not the scientist type like, Paradox or anything, so I don't know what to think about the bone. But it seems like something we should maybe get rid of.
but it is imbued with the light. Why and how?
Yeah, that seems to be the part that's troubling everyone right now. I know Paradox was up late trying to examine it and trying to think of ways that it's gonna work, but no one really has a good, solid idea as to what's happening with it.
It's dangerous or it's not dangerous. Either way, it's still dangerous, though. It doesn't matter what we do with it.
Well, I don't think anyone really disputes that it's dangerous. In the hands of any normal person, it's most certainly dangerous. But in our hands, maybe we find a way to unlock our light with it. But maybe that's what he wanted. And maybe this is all another elusive trap, even though we've already killed him.
Time. Well, time is something that he played with. And I have Remy on my mind. Nobody else knows about that mark. Other than what it does. Nobody knows where it came from.
And, well, speaking of Remy, we haven't really heard from her in a little while. But I think she's probably still in the last city from the way it sounded. Think she's doing okay?
I hope so. I just wonder if the mark has activated, because we're not there, and we haven't heard anybody say anything yet. So we will see, I
Well-
guess.
Well, if I remember what she told us about her past, it would activate on the morning that we win the Red War.
In an act of desperation. Last
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah, she'd say she was alone and her back was to the wall. She's, on all likelihood, still living out that path. She is there all alone in the last city, and well, maybe that part of her life is still gonna come true.
Yes. And that is what I am worried about. Things have changed, but not changed. That doesn't make sense, but it works in my brain right now. We're the only two who know where the mark really is, like, came from, but I'm the one who knows who put it there.
Yeah. Do you think that would have a significant impact if she does find out?
I don't know.
Well, I think the best course for right now is to just try to help her through it. Assuming we can get back there and, well, assuming everything kind of starts to swing in our favor again. But I
Above,
think we'll do just fine.
above game, DB doesn't know who put the mark there, does he? Because he wasn't there when I found out.
He didn't. He wasn't there to hear it
What
from
did I just do this?
that, from your darker version.
Yeah.
But you have told him in confidence.
Okay, I wanted to be sure. I'm like, oh, wait. Hey, DB.
Baja, yes. You could be off doing that. Because there are more people coming in the farm's direction.
Alright, I thought I just asked you before.
Yep, that's okay.
DB, let's just keep this quiet. None of the others know, okay? And I would like to stay that way until maybe I tell her. Right now, I don't know how she will take it. I know she's got to be out there because she's resourceful. I just hope that Mark hasn't been forced yet.
You mean in a new way that wasn't intended?
Yes. Like I said, things have changed in certain ways, and we may see something different. Or not, I don't know. But I could go for something to eat and drink. The sunset is, or sunrise, wow, I'm flipping myself. It's sunsetting right now. Sunrise is very beautiful, even though bad things are happening. Why don't we go get something to eat or drink?
Yeah. Well, let's go check out the other house, where the kitchen is.
I hear food.
Alright. Alright, so you guys will head off in that direction. As for the rest of you, who's waking up?
I guess I will.
Poke, poke.
Okay, Ash.
Amazing.
Poke.
Trying to think. I don't think I have any of the. Actually, I guess I still have the bits that are on my armor. I can't remember. Theo did make the new armor, right? I'm trying to remember.
Yes, you
Yeah.
got you
Yeah.
all had your armor upgrades and everything before the Red War happened.
Yeah. Okay. So Ash is going to like kind of she's gonna get up. She's not gonna properly like get up. She's gonna just be sitting on her bed, kind of just inspecting the gauntlets that have the like ogre chitin. Kind of, it's not really woven. They're more like, I don't know. It's hard to describe without an actual like reference, but it's kind of like they're basically just bits of ogre chitin.
They're kind
attached
of like
to
just
it.
like they're ornately covering your armor.
Yes, basically.
Yes.
She's just kind of inspecting it, kind of just thinking about the current situation.
So you're kind of looking over the chitin on your gauntlets, just contemplating. At the moment, your mind comes back to seeing the Ahamkara bone that's sitting in the other building. There's something about the radiant light that's emitting from it that just strikes you as odd. You can't help but wondering if there was some way to maybe crack it and somehow break through it.
The only issue with that is they're not gonna let me experiment with this clearly unknown artifact. I don't know.
So Dragonfly is gonna pop into your comm. He's in your pack still. Thinking there might be some connection.
I mean, maybe. At the very least, there's something not quite right, I suppose. Like, obviously it's not a normal Ahamkara bone, but it feels like there's something we're not understanding about it. If I could get my hands on it and like do something with it, run some tests, maybe break it, see if something happens there. Like, I want to be able to run tests on it, but I know that the others won't let me, and even if they did, if I die, I'm done. I don't have the safety net of being able to just get up after a catastrophic failure of an experiment, and that is not a good thought. It's not a pleasant thought.
Yeah,
Even now with the ogre chitin, with the chitin attached to my armor, something about it feels off, I suppose. Nothing physical, but something about just the thought of having it on my armor close enough to potentially affect me. It feels off. Feels
you feel
wrong, and I don't know
vulnerable.
why. I don't like that.
I think I understand because I sort of feel the same way. You feel vulnerable, right? Because if something were to happen, we were to screw up again, this time might be it. So we need to be extremely careful in everything that we're going to do going forward. And, well, as far as experimenting, Paradox has been doing his scans, and Well, we've been talking amongst ourselves, and frankly, we're all feeling a little stumped. On the one hand, we know the source of this bone, and we really need to question everything about it, especially its purpose. Paradox seems to think that it's a trap. That whatever we're going to do with it is ultimately going to be corrupting. But all the scans seem to show that the light that's coming from it is not corrupted. But that's the part that makes all of us a tad nervous, is that, again, we know the source, but the light coming from it seems genuine. We're all kind of puzzled. We're not really sure what to do with it right now.
I don't know. Maybe we just need some time to figure out another solution, another something that doesn't require the bone, or maybe we just need some time to psych ourselves up to actually try using it to maybe not get all of our abilities back, all of our powers back, but maybe help to keep us up somewhat, help us to potentially recover some of our ability before something takes us out.
Agreed. But I think this might be a discussion that we need to have everyone in on. We need to, as a group, come together and figure out what we're going to do about this thing.
Definitely, definitely.
Well, in that case, I know some of the others are already up, but shall we go regroup with them?
Yeah, let's go. So Ash is just gonna get up and get all of her gear ready before she heads out.
Okay, yep. You gather up your things. You get yourself all ready to go for the day, and you'll make your way out to the kitchen. All right. Who we got left? We got Blue.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and volunteer.
Okay.
Instead of sleeping indoors like I have been for a while, I want to do something I haven't done in a while. I want to fall asleep outside in like a hammock,
Okay.
like just taking a tarp and set it up properly, like between two trees.
All right. So you're kind of just snoozing out on a hammock, and you feel a little knock on your helmet.
And I just crack open my eyes.
Are you gonna get up already? You see Paradox hovering over your face.
Do we gotta?
Yes. We need to
5 more
talk about
notes.
what I've been finding out about the bone.
You never sleep, do you?
Well, sometimes, but not right now. We need to be vigilant here.
Fine. Now I can get up.
So as you're starting to walk back, Paradox is kind of he's just floating by your head and just making conversation. So I've been up scanning the bone for most of the night, and I've been talking with the other ghosts, and well, there's a lot of debate about what we're kind of finding out about this bone. We know where it came from, obviously. this seems like a pretty obvious trap considering who it's coming from. But what's puzzling me is that I scanned the light that's kind of emanating from it, and it's actually genuine. It's not corrupted light, which I'm finding even more suspicious and feeling even more like it's a trap, but the others seem to think maybe one of them wants to break it, one of them wants to hold off and find someone else to do more scans. We don't really seem to have a clear consensus on what to do with this thing. But I can tell you that the light that's coming from it is genuine. Like, it's been sitting in the shard for
A long
I don't know,
time.
many years. Like, it's just been absorbing it like a sponge.
So either our most favorite person in the world predicted that somehow we'd eventually make it to the future and left us the fucking trap somehow, or that trap is meant for somebody else and we intercepted it first.
That's kind of my thought as well. Again, considering the source, I'm incredibly suspicious about anything related to him. But the others, they don't feel as convinced. And there's just debate.
Well, another way to think about it is like, look at it like this. How the hell are we here? There was a moment in time where you yourself, Paradox, and because you don't have these memories, but the rest of us Guardians do. There was a godlike entity that we met. That's the only reason why we're in the future. We had the choice to stay in the past.
He just kind of looks at you like, and his little eye just blinks. Just, so the Traveler sent us here?
I wouldn't say the Traveler because I can't guarantee that was the Traveler. I have no idea what the fuck it was. It never gave us a name. I mean, you can ask any of the other Guardians that were with us when we went to confront Godhand. That happened. None of the other ghosts have that memory.
Well, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that
Well, no, it's not that you wouldn't believe it. It's just that who would believe it? The
fair
Traveler's
point.
been silent for longer than you have existed, technically. How many times have you heard the Traveler speak, in a sense?
Well, honestly, I've never heard it speak. I've only felt
Okay,
its
so now
light.
think about it like this. I just told you that the Traveler spoke to us. Would you believe me?
Well, in my position, obviously, I would have some skepticism, but I've also been with you on this entire journey. I almost would be inclined to believe you.
Yeah. Like, the entire thing has been insanity.
We have certainly been on a wild ride, that's for sure.
And so now it's just, do we take that leap of faith and test it out, or what do we want to do? Because the main
Well,
way that I see it for that shard It's either, oh, well, somebody dies the final death, or we get our powers back. And my money is that somebody's probably going to get their powers back. Because if that is a trap laid for us or somebody else, that is the most elaborate fucking trap to sit for years and wait.
Well, we are dealing with someone who manipulated pretty much all of time.
Yes, I get
They-
that. But at the same time, God Hand was so fucking egotistical about it. That doesn't it also explain that he would want somebody stronger to fight?
Maybe. I mean, I
Out
can't
of
speak to
character,
his
out of
motives.
out of character, Dave. I'm not calling you egotistical. I hope you know
I
that,
know.
please.
I know.
I just wanted to specify that.
I know what you mean. You don't need to clarify. It's all good.
All right, move back to character.
He got your number now, boy.
But it's just it's either we take that leap of faith or it sits there and then we risk the chance of it just going to waste. Yeah, it's an Ahamkara bone, but at the same time, it's an Ahamkara bone that's been literally, I'm saying this metaphorically, sunbathing in the light.
Yeah, that's the part where I'm personally conflicted myself. Is that I can tell the light that's coming from it is quite real, but that might be the part that's tempting. Is that the light feels genuine coming from it, but maybe it's really not. And that's the part that I can't help but feel a little trepidation on it.
Again, at the end of the day, there will never be any gain without risk. Every time that we've gone into combat recently, there's also a risk of you and I dying and never coming back. Hell, technically, you're in more of a position to die easier than I am. I can at least fight back. You can't really do much. Not trying to be rude, but it's the honest truth.
Listen, I may not necessarily have all my light, but I still have this, and you see him do his little flash teleport from where you see to 30 feet away from you.
And I get that.
And you see him just he floats right back over to you. I can get away in a snap. You have fleshy bits that can take a lot more damage and can't get away as fast.
I just hold up the sniper rifle and I can kill the things that are chasing me.
Yeah, well, you can kill a thing that's chasing you. You might not be able to kill all the things chasing you.
Yeah. But at this point, it's either use it or we don't.
Well, I think we should maybe discuss it with the others.
Oh, yeah, of course.
But most of the others are up. I think there's only a few others that we're waiting on, and Raven's kind of floating around somewhere.
That doesn't surprise me.
About him. That shell he had.
Which one?
That little attack one that I saw him use.
Mm-hmm. You want an
seem
upgrade,
kinda-
don't you?
You seem kind of looking like a little bit like a child. Like,
Please?
I think I would like a shell upgrade when we get all this sorted out.
Well, how about you and I get with Theo and God damn it. Theo and Diablo at one point and design you a shell.
I think I'd like that.
Yeah. That way it's not something generic and off the shelf type of thing. Something designed to fit you. We can strap a little gun to you, give you a little Glock.
Don't
You
tempt
see him
the
just kind
blood.
of light up at the idea of it. Just. Anyway, let's go meet up with the rest of the others.
Alright. And by this point, I would have been done packing away the fucking hammock and stuff.
Kisune, I think you're gonna be the last one waking up. Are you there, bud? I know his Wi-Fi went out.
Oof.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello?
I am under the
Hello.
water.
I am under the water. Please help.
Under the water.
So,
Okay, so we're in the
since-
issue of waking up, right?
Yep, you're gonna be waking up now.
Okay, I just don't wake up. Just kidding.
He's just dead.
Yeah, I'm just dead. Nothing. I just stare direct. I mean, if anything, I wake up outside as well. Just laying on a tree. Next to a tree. Because I was looking up at the stars and then I fell asleep like that.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
and I just
your
woke up
ghost
just staring up.
Icarus is he's kind of nudging you, trying to wake you up. Hey.
Yeah, I'm already awake. I don't feel like getting up though.
Yeah, Listen, I can tell you're really taking a lot of this kind of hard, but I think you can do okay without him, you know.
I mean, the reality has already set in, really. So it's just about coping with it. That's the problem. But like, I don't know. It feels like a limb is missing. You know, it's like when you amputate a certain body part. I don't know. It kind of feels like maybe this has happened before too. I don't know.
Well, admittedly, I can't really understand. I don't have limbs, so I don't know what it'd be like to be missing one, but
It's kind of like
suppose I could empathize that you feel like something's missing, and well, I sort of feel that way too with my light not being there. It's somewhat similar, I guess.
in your case, I guess it would be more like you want to speak your thoughts, but you can't speak it. I guess it could be that, like something like that for you. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've always been able to speak my thoughts.
Being outside helps, though. Honestly, I'm a bunch of components, like electrical components, put together artificially with the human mind, and affects part of the mind apparently. But I feel also a connection to the roots of everything too. So I just decided to just go outside too. So see if that helps, and it did. I've got pretty peaceful sleep that night, but still's pretty empty in the noggin, you know.
Given everything that's happened and everything that you've kind of just been thrown into in this whirlwind of a situation, you're surprisingly not only very self-aware, but you're quite conscious of things that's happening around you.
As you can say, it's a sixth sense I've kind of developed after like using not only light and dark, but like also being thrown in situations that I don't know where I'm in. 'Cause ever since I woke up in that cavern, I just felt like I didn't belong, in the timeline. And it kind of feels like that this way now as well. But
You still feel out of place.
something doesn't sit right. The only thing that remains really unchanging is nature, and that's what I like about it. So, 'cause everything has its own place in nature, but with everything else that's happened, everything else is change. It's unfamiliar.
Well, if it's any consolation, you and I both come from a time where really failed. And we have a chance to make it right. And sure, it certainly seems awkward. I mean, it's because we saw the results of failure.
But what fail?
And
If I've
as
only
we
had one
kind of
life,
sit here now, it sort of feels the same. Like we're on the brink of failure again. Maybe in some ways well, not we as in you and I, but the Vanguard. Maybe this war was another failure.
well, within failures, there's always hope. So there's always that. But, so it's not really the failures that I'm afraid of.
It's not those either. I'm more concerned about us changing that fate.
That's a interesting choice of words there. If fate can
The
be
world
changed as
we-
easily as going back in time.
Yes,
Wonder.
but the world we came from doesn't have to be the world that it ends up being.
That's the thing. I don't know the world I came from. The
No,
only thing I know is the cavern.
I can tell you from my own personal experience and with a lot of visual record, it's not good. And frankly, it's not worth showing because we're not going to let it happen.
Oh yeah, I understand that. I guess you can say that I was hanging on to the last straw of the old world that I had in my mind. It's the only thing that, because you know how everyone has their own sense of home. I guess the only sense of home I have left is this tree right here. This tree and
Well,
the
I guess
millennials.
then let this be a first step. Maybe make this place kind of feel like your own home. And now you have a place to come back to when it's all said and done.
Maybe. But for now, just be a wonder until we find out more things about what truly goes on in the cosmos.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot that happens out there. But anyway, I think we should maybe go rejoin the others and see if we can figure out what we're going to do about that bone shard.
The chart's weird.
I agree. The others have been doing a lot of discussing about what to do with it, and there's a lot of debate about what they want to do.
Did you find it again?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Above good. Where'd they find the board shard again? I forgot.
The bone shard was found inside the shard of the traveler that, in the prior session, was found by the team that split off and investigated it.
Oh, okay. Okay, back in game. Kind of hoping to see if, because the traveler has been everywhere apparently, right? And that bone shard is like, as you can see, kind of like a piece of the traveler. So,
Well,
if anything, maybe
that's thing.
find the secrets.
They say that that bone is an Ahamkara bone, and that it came from a certain person that we seem to have put down, but I guess maybe. Well, I'm not one to be judging about manipulation of time, but they say he's did things to time that could not be undone, and this bone shard might be one of them. Some of them think it might be a trap, others think it might be a way for us to get back our light. It's up for discussion.
Is it possible? Because there might be a residue of the Vex's powers within. Is it possible to see if I can somehow link it to look into to what happened with this shard before we came across it? 'Cause it
Well,
could be possible.
above game, your access to the Vex is pretty much just like your light at the moment. It's severed. So any access to the knowledge that the Vex mind would have is much like your light. It's just inaccessible at the moment.
Yeah, but you said the fragment has some light in it, so maybe I can use that. I don't know. To see if I can stimulate it a bit. Doesn't have to be the full. God.
Well, I was just saying that above game, but
Oh yeah.
Icarus
Just saying.
will just chime in. Well, that's the thing. Is some of the others agree that we might be able to somehow siphon the light and get it back, but that's the thing. No one really seems to have a definitive answer, and like I said, it's kind of up there for debate as to what could be done with it and what should be done with it. But anyway, and he kind of nudges you. Let's go find the others. We won't get much done without talking.
I guess.
All right, and then Raven, you're the last one.
Yes.
You have been shepherding any civilians and any guardians that you happen to come across that are walking down the pathway that leads to the farm. Do you do anything in particular while you're shepherding these people?
I'd be happily shepherding them, and to any guardians I come across, I'll be happily giving them ember that I have. And
Okay.
to like kids, I'll be handing out free shinies.
Okay. So let me actually. So, over the course of the night, you do see roughly about 4 groups of people. 3 of them are groups of civilians, small families. Looks like Yeah, mother, daughter, father, um, different ranges of age between the different children. So at the moment, you do come across about 3 families altogether. So you'll be handing out 3 coins, or I guess whatever shiny rings or whatever shinies you're going to be giving to the children. You'll be handing out 3. And you do come across one group of guardians. They are a group of 3. As far as ammo, you'll have enough to give them 1 clip each.
Some ammo is better than no ammo.
Yep. So yeah, you kind of give them a little courtesy clip of ammo. And you're like, here you go, buddy. And you just start to shepherd them.
I will be a lantern in the
Down the path.
night. I will open up my shells so I glow, and as I take them around the path.
Yep. So the sun's rising at this point, so your light is becoming less and less effective as the daylight is breaking across the horizon.
Well, when my light's no longer needed, I'll close my shell up and still continue leading them. I'm shiny. I reflect plenty of light.
Yep. You're just getting to what I was gonna say. Is like you're reflective, so the light is gonna be shining right off of you.
But real quick,
Mhm.
just above game, real quick. Can't I technically? See, we can't really communicate using like the light like we used to, right? So, and
Mhm.
from long distance. So technically, I could use my what do you call
We don't really use the light to communicate. We use radios, but those are technically down since the invasion. So we're only able to do short range.
it? Or what we can do is finally put in my fucking animal handling to use, and we could do that. I mean, it's old school, but it works.
Okay. So what are we trying to do?
He's trying to fucking use a carrier pigeon.
This motherfucker talking to
Basically-
pigeons.
Basically, I'm Dr. Doolittle. What can I say?
And they thought
Yes,
Raven was the crazy one.
I could do
This
that. I
motherfucker
could
talking to pigeons.
use fireflies for light. All this shit, like.
Well, you
Lights
know
for
what?
secrecy.
Since you're actually kind of hanging out a little ways away from the farm, like by the tree there, roll animal handling. Let's see if you can fetch yourself a pigeon.
I'm waiting for a nap one. Let's go.
Damn.
15. Okay.
Bad. But
So I can't do this personally, but you do yourself a little pigeon call, and you kind of extend your hand out a little ways, kind of giving them, just setting up a little perch, and you just kind of sit there stoic for a few minutes, just doing little pigeon calls and trying to coax one in there. And after a few minutes, a pigeon does land on your hand.
This motherfucker talking to pigeons.
So you now have a pigeon that's just perched on your hand. What would you like to do with it?
Crush it.
I mean, I'm quite a bit away from the guys, right?
Not quite a bit. I mean, you're still within visual range, but you're able to stand. You're sitting a ways away underneath this tree.
And then Raven comes along and scares them away with the shinies.
Oh.
I mean, he is coming back.
Oh my god. I was like, good riddance. Why are you fucking here, bro? Get out of here. Just scared the one connection I have with nature. Oh my god. No, but I was thinking of putting the pigeon in the group, and then we use that to communicate. You could just give it a command to.
I'll
To
just
the
say
channel,
for the 15 that you rolled for the animal handling, you have a pet pigeon
That's it.
for the moment.
Pigeon.
Okay. Whatever.
So you can. I mean, I
Can
don't
it
know
be a
what you're
different
planning to
type of
do.
bird? Does it have to be a pigeon?
Not you got a pigeon, brother.
I mean, that's. You could have specified earlier, but.
Oh.
I'm
Should've
just
said
if
eagle.
it was a
Damn it.
crow or a raven, I'ma steal it just by being shiny.
Yeah, I was thinking about crow or raven because they have.
Who in the
or a
fuck is
hawk,
doing
actually.
the pigeon noises?
I was thinking about
Yeah.
hawk. I was thinking about doing a hawk because with the hawk they have really good eyesight, so. could do that.
I was gonna say, pigeons are actually incredibly smart if you train them right.
Well, yeah. That's if you train them.
He just
Hawks are
wanted something
smart.
cooler.
I would say you
Yeah!
would have to
You
roll
get it.
very high on your animal handling to get a
Can I roll
hawk.
one more time?
Yeah, to get like an eagle or a hawk, you got to get like a nat
Time.
20.
He's got bait in his hand.
Pretty high on the animal handling
Can I
to
do it one
coax
more
an animal
time?
of that caliber.
Can I roll one more time? Come on. You like me, Dave, don't you?
Motherfucker,
Come on.
scum saving!
I will warn you. You
Oh
rolled
my
a 15
God.
here, which is pretty good, and you already acquired one. If you re-roll, you have the chance of losing it entirely.
You know what? It's
Oh,
all or
God.
nothing. I'm gonna
Oh.
regret it.
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus.
I'm gonna regret it.
Roll them bones.
Roll.
I'm gonna
I
regret
stepped
it.
away for a
God.
moment. What's going on right now?
Okay.
God damn it.
Today got a
Exactly what I said
pigeon.
was going to happen.
Oh well.
Exactly
Okay,
what I
whatever.
said was going to happen is what
Whatever.
is
I could
happening.
try again later. I could always try again later. Fuck you guys.
Motherfucker, you had a pigeon.
Don't
Bro,
let
the
him
little
You
devil in my
lost
ear
the-
had to
the
whisper that,
pigeon-
okay?
Pigeon, how dare
Oh
you?
my
The pigeon
God.
has been scared away.
The little devil had to whisper in my ear, you know? I blame this all on the shinies.
Teammate had nothing to do with this.
I blame it all on that. I'm so
All
sorry.
right. So at this point, everyone is regrouping. Most of you have been to the kitchen already, and you've had yourself a cup of coffee that was brewed up by Diablo, and you've managed to at least find yourselves a modest breakfast.
Does it have to be coffee?
Just avoid the table with gunpowder on it.
That's better.
Yeah, you've got this bench. You've got a nice little sectioned off portion of this bench that you're working in at this point.
I imagine she's put
Mhm.
yellow tape on the ground saying, "Do not cross."
God.
I
Actually, you
would
know
do
what?
the meme of like going over there and specifically putting gunpowder in my coffee.
How dare you mess with my sample of gunpowder?
Shouldn't have it out in the open.
I cringe a bit while drinking the coffee because it's not dark. That's
Bitch, do you want me to make your bullets or not?
I mean, I just look at Theo and go, Hey Theo, how much would it cost to commission you to make ammo?
It was mid because it's too sugar.
I've known you for months, so not really anything.
I just look at Diablo.
Fine, go shop somewhere else then if you want to. She goes back to examining the bullet, not giving a fuck.
This is a fight you ain't gonna win, Diablo.
She just continues to examine the bullet and making sure that double checking her skills are accurate and making sure that her gunpowder measurements are accurate. Other than the pinch that fucking Elias stole. if
No,
you're-
I said I would.
Oh, you would.
Yeah, I didn't actually take it.
What? There goes my brain again. I'm sorry.
I didn't think of that. I need to do research on the Cabal armor.
Cabal on what?
I need to do research on the Cabal armor that I was able to scavenge off.
Oh yeah. I still have the helmet.
First thing Raven's gonna do when he gets there is fly up, drop the grenade launcher, Cabal weapon thing he had, and then just fly off.
Thanks.
Okay, so you just watch Raven just kind of float over you, just materialize this giant grenade launcher. It just drops to the floor and just floats away.
Where did?
Don't
I'm not
question
gonna
it.
ask. Well, at least we are getting a lot more people to come to the farm. At least it seemed like a few guardians are showing up as well.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic. For some reason, I've been having a really bad coughing fit.
So, what's our future plans? Try and find someone to examine the spine. Try
I
to
believe
try to find more guardians.
I haven't had a close look at it yet.
I mean, you can inspect it all you want, but is it your forte for one? I'm not
It
sure.
wouldn't hurt to have you take a look at it. I promise I won't do anything that will potentially blow it up.
Do you really think that we
That-
should bring this to a specialist? And
Well,
like, no
that's what-
offense to you, but the thing is that there might be somebody out there, if there is anybody out there, who is way more specialized in these bones, who is likely to have more answers than what you may drum up. No
Does Diablo
offense.
know? Hold on.
That
Does
brings
Diablo
me-
know that we're time travelers?
I don't think we mentioned it at all.
Yeah, no, we haven't mentioned that yet.
As I recall, you've only
We've never mentioned it.
Yeah, no, we have not
you've
mentioned
never
it.
really mentioned your guys' past to her.
Okay, if I remember correctly, there was a weird conversation that she and what's the girl's name?
Remy?
Remy, yes. That Diablo and Remy kind of heard in on, and Diablo just kind of wrote it off as at least that's in how I thought was Diablo wrote it off as friends who have an inside a really elaborate inside joke among friends. Like the first session when Diablo was first introduced into
Mm-hmm.
to the group. I think there was
there may
sort
have
of
been
talk.
there might have been like some
That's
comment I think that might have been made, but other than
Yeah,
that,
but-
like you really had no prior knowledge about their guys' history.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, Diablo doesn't know anything about what their history is.
I simply haven't said anything because I'm not sure if we should.
Yeah, same. I don't think it's a good idea to go around announcing that we're from the past. You know?
Well, Diablo,
Yeah.
here's how it goes. And I start, no, I'm kidding. I'm not
Yeah.
spewing stuff.
I will shoot you in the ass again, Uros, if you
Oh,
say
okay.
anything.
Okay, so this is what happened. No.
Your ass will become dust.
Wait,
I swear to
me Guardian and Daddy Guardian love each other very much.
Reduce your ass.
Oh my god.
Now I think of it as well, we haven't really told Raven that either.
Yeah, well, I think we probably shouldn't say anything because.
Well, the thing
how
is that if they're going to be part of a
explain
group, we're gonna kind of need to say something at one point.
Probably eventually,
that?
but
That's possible,
you
Mother.
I would
That's
imagine
why.
that
That's why I said at one point.
Yeah.
All
And,
of you two guys to assume
now-
Raven would even care.
You keep this secret as long as humanly possible.
Well, technically, there is one reason Raven would care. Shinies from the past and future.
He's getting his fucking trinkets.
My trinkets!
My
Guardian.
Finally, it's my trinkets!
but yeah,
Raven will cause a paradox.
that leads me to my next comment, is that although we have Ash to observe the spine and possibly find something, but her alone is going to be very hard to discover everything. So it would be better to try and find others that either are like-minded or more experienced, and able to decipher on if this thing is even safe to, like, can be considered safe.
Yeah, but I don't think it wouldn't hurt for me to at least have a look before we find, because like I can do like I can just kind of have a, I guess, like light examination of the spine before we find somebody.
Just
I
don't
just-
take
it's
out a
like-
gun. That's all
I'm
I
not
have to say.
going to. I'm gonna kind of see what
Kind
I
of
can figure out.
loudly tap the table, and I go, "You idiots are forgetting the biggest fucking thing here. Who would even be a fucking expert on that subject?" And
That is-
I think we all know what I'm talking about.
Diablo looks up from her work and just tilts her head slightly at
mean,
Elias.
I mean, you never know. People have interesting hobbies.
Can I roll
Ash, for
sleight of hand
example.
real quick?
I feel like that was directed at me.
Well, yeah, I said
So,
Ash. for
sorry, Baja.
example.
What'd you want to do?
I want to roll sleight of hand real quick.
What?
Oh,
Okay. What are you sleight of handing?
Diablo's slightly distracted. I want to organize the tools.
Really? No! Don't fucking touch my tools, you little fucking shit!
Roll sleight of hand.
You little fucking
Dude.
shit! What? Can I?
They're organized.
No,
You are
Theo,
distracted,
Ash-
and he did
Theo,
roll an
Ash,
18.
and
You are
Elias
distracted, no.
discussing this serious like subject of what the fuck we're gonna do with this
I'm-
spine, and Kitsune
I'm
and
sorry,
Diablo are yelling at each other about tools. What the fuck is this right now?
I'm sorry.
No, it's not
Sarah,
Kitsune, it's
but you
Baja
did-
and Diablo.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but you did
When
just
did I
say you
get
were
into this
distracted.
conversation?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Wait, hold on,
Just say
hold
you
on.
were
What is?
distracted.
Hold on, real quick. What does Baja have for a modifier for sleight of hand?
It doesn't matter. He rolled an 18.
I know, but he should have a plus or negative to even go further.
He would have a plus. I believe for him he'd have like he'd have a positive to it anyway because he's
So it'd be like a 20 or something.
yeah like
Dirty 20.
It'd be a dirty 20.
30-20.
but yeah
So funny, though.
he rolled high on just the roll anyway. Just
Oh,
like,
wait,
wow.
hold on. He'd have proficiency at organizing tools because he's been doing it to Banshee.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So-
Oh my gosh! Really?
So
So he would also technically have advantage.
Diablo, you
Really?
you look to the group as they're kind of having this conversation, and you turn back, and all of a sudden, your tools have been completely reorganized by size, shape, and
Traininess.
measurements. Like whatever, whatever you would need for your tools, they've been completely reorganized, and they are in a very fine and neat order.
Who the fuck just touched my fucking damned tools?
Do I just see Raven
You
dart
look
out
to
of the
your right,
room?
and you see Raven is floating there next to you.
Grabs him like
Diablo
Mario.
turns to glare at Raven, and she moves to fucking smack him to slam him against the wall.
I feel like the glare would be lost on Raven because you're wearing a helmet.
Has no clue of the social interaction and would just go, "Good morning."
High five. Snap.
What?
Good morning.
I just roll a roll of duct tape over to her.
I want to fucking smack Raven so I can basically smack him across the room so he slams into a wall.
The energy I hear
I want to fucking smack the little shit. Let me fucking smack him.
I'm
This
sorry,
is
I
the
had
energy
the
I get.
opportunity and I had to take
Go
it.
ahead and grab the liberty of grabbing the
my
popcorn, putting it in the microwave, and eating it.
So unarmed attack is just D20 plus your strength, right?
Let me double
D-
check.
yeah, it's D20 plus
Yes.
strength. Well, no, it's a D4 plus strength. That's
Well,
unarmed.
that's damage though. I thought. I'm just talking like for the roll for.
So she can try and smack him.
It will be a D20 plus strength.
Yeah. So. Winner, go ahead and roll a D20 and add your strength modifier to it.
Let's see. I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll for my strength. Is that all right?
Yeah. Well.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? If you had rolled high, there's something I could have done that would have fucked with you,
So
and it would have been funny.
you're basically you swing at him, but it's like swatting a fly. Like he just moves just out of the way of your swing.
That's tough. How's it feel?
Kitsune, I suggest that you better shut the fuck up before Diabla goes to turn her rage against you. If you said that in character. If you said that in character.
I'm an innocent bystander. I'm just here observing, alright? Just pretend I'm crazy because
She
I don't
just
have my
turns to
head
Raven.
on.
She says, "Please do not touch my tools again. I'm asking nicely. Please don't touch my tools again."
I think you should touch your tools.
Raven will leave one
Kitsune.
shiny and float away.
What was that, Baha?
Anywho,
I will leave a shiny and float away.
I hope you left it in the middle of the gunpowder too.
Because then
Shit!
my work would be disorganized. I'll put it just aside of her tools.
anywho.
I wouldn't
So
be
for-
surprised
for-
if he put it in the middle
So
of
for
like a
posterity,
pocket.
he drops in a little gold coin into your toolbox and just floats away.
Anywho, we don't exactly know on anyone's hobbies. I mean, example being Ash and their interest to the hive. So who's to say they might know that someone might know on Carnspines? It's low, but I mean, there's still apparently a chance.
Paradox kind of chimes in. You know, normally I don't agree with Elias in this one, but yeah, who do we know that is an expert on Ahamkar outside of us?
Well, for that we just have to find them, whoever they may be.
How the hell would we even find somebody like that? Do we just loudly proclaim, "Hey, we got a really weird fucking bone here. Anybody
Not
want
to-
to come take a look at it?"
And not to mention that the Cabal seem to have been looking for this thing as well. So, I mean, who's to say they're not still looking for it?
I mean, there isn't exactly a lot we can go off since we're kind of on a time limit. Because we're not sure what they're going to be doing with the Traveler or any Guardians that were misfortunate enough to still be within the city.
Well, the goal at the end of the day is to free the city and destroy whatever it is that shut off the Traveler. It's weird saying that, by the way.
And considering we only really have one person that could get the slightest idea on how this blessed spine works, by the time Ash figures it out, it could already be too late.
Well, the subject that I was talking about, that who the hell would even be an expert on it, isn't about Ahamkar, more the PT issue.
ET.
I'm saying it as in like short for saying another 2 words. Outside of character, time travel, you fucking idiots.
Oh, TT. I heard ET.
No, TT. Like,
Yeah, no,
TT.
I heard E Echo T
Yeah,
Tom
I
as
heard
well.
E.
That's what
Then
I heard.
it must have been the fuck up of my mic, but yeah. But just know I'm like saying TT as in like time travel.
Okay.
Because Diablo and Raven don't know about that.
And we don't want them to know just yet.
Well, I- technically speaking, we do. It's
No,
when it's hard
not
to get.
not in this time.
Hmm.
Pfizer, did you say that in character?
No, I set it out.
Okay.
Hmm.
Also, I would like to ask, somebody mentioned that the Cabal are looking for this artifact.
You
Did
were
I hear
there with
that?
us.
Possibly the spine, since it's abnormalities.
Who's to, would there be possible Cabal spies looking for this thing? Or would they not even expend the energy for this?
Well, depending on what Cabal is looking for it, it could be that, or there's a ship on its way.
No, Paradox chimes in. Well, they were there first when we arrived, so they seemed like they found it, but they couldn't get to it yet. And then we intervened, and then we took it.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, who was that guy that left?
That's the part that I'm starting to wonder about as well.
We're gonna have to
I
watch
just
our
know
backs.
he was ornate in armor, so I'm guessing he was the leader of whatever group that was there. I don't remember much else from it, I'm sorry.
Well, from the sounds of it, he's not the biggest fan of the Red Legion? Is that it?
Well, like I said, I don't really remember much, so I couldn't really say one way or the other. I don't know. He might have been working with them. He might have been doing his own thing.
Well, no, he didn't he say that while whoever's capturing the city is capturing whatever, this is their prize. That doesn't sound like allies. That sounds like a competition.
Maybe so. But I don't really know anything about who or what that guy was.
Well, maybe there's a division somewhere in the Cabal ideology.
Maybe. But I'm not even sure how we could exploit that to our advantage right now.
Well, espionage is a key thing.
Would we even have time for that?
Who said we have to have time? All we have to do is make it look like somebody else did something. and I point at our fucking captured Cabal guns. These came from that group. I'm pretty sure there's an investigations unit somewhere in the Cabal to look into fratricide. If we can blame it on that group, well, there we go.
Considering this was important, I'm pretty sure that'll be pretty successful.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So the only question is, where is this guy, or how do we find him?
Well, if he's looking into things about the Traveler, what other places do we know that are important?
Not many particular come to mind, outside of the one we had already visited. I know there's other shards that are, I guess, scattered about, but I don't know where else they would be. And they might be smaller than the larger one we visited.
Fair. It's still something to think about.
True. It's just, at the moment, we don't really have any leads on it. We just know that Cabal are looking for this thing, and
Do we dare leave this artifact out as bait? This Arhamkara bone? Do we dare leave
No,
it out?
that's too dangerous.
We can't risk losing it if the mission goes sideways.
All it takes is
Paradox will-
one silence.
Paradox will turn to you, Diablo. This thing is a lot more powerful than you give it credit for. If this were to fall in the wrong hands, this thing could spell disaster for all of us.
What is it exactly? I don't think I got that memo fully.
Are you familiar with the Ahamkara?
I have heard legends of them.
I'm gonna have you roll a knowledge check.
Yeah, okay.
History would also work.
Yeah.
Out of game.
Would it
The
be a
great
knowledge or
the,
history.
the Great Hunt wasn't that long ago, was it?
No, it was quite a while ago.
In this time, it was a long time ago.
Okay.
Fuck you, Dice. Why are you giving me shit rolls?
You know, the city age is the only part of the lore
Yeah.
or the timeline where I'm very
So,
fuzzy.
Diablo, you've only heard of people using Ahamkara bones in their armor. You don't really know anything about it other than like people just ornate their armor with it. You don't know if there's
Okay.
significance to it.
Okay. And I relay that, of course, I relay that information to Paradox.
So Paradox will say the Ahamkara were basically wish dragons, but not the kind of wishes you would want. These were powerful beings that existed a long time ago, and as far as we know, only one of them should still exist.
Should still exist.
It's... And you see Paradox trying... He's looking a little bit, trying to find the words for it. It's a complicated story, but... Trust me when I say... The Ahamkara are almost all but extinct. And there's only one that should exist now, after everything that's happened. But this bone in particular comes from an Ahamkara that we've personally dealt with in our past, and I can tell you he's incredibly dangerous and something that really shouldn't be trusted in any way, shape, or form. This thing is dangerous, and if in the wrong hands, we could face a rebirth of probably one of the most dangerous enemies we've ever encountered.
So when you say dangerous, what do you mean by dangerous?
I'm saying when it comes to the Ahamkara,
You know what? Let's put
they
it on an engineer's level of dangerous. Imagine me handing you a quantum reactor and telling you to figure it out while it's running.
And I would be aware that this is a.
Nope, you have no idea what it does and how powerful it is. You were just told to figure it out. You have no blueprints.
How likely do you think you would blow yourself up if you were given such a reactor? Paradox, roll chime.
If I didn't know what it was, I would probably blow myself up extremely fast if I wasn't careful. If I didn't know what it was, and I was just told it's dangerous, and I would probably figure it out a little either just before or a little too late. But me having enough confidence in my abilities, I'd probably figure out it's extremely dangerous and say, this is way beyond my capabilities, hand it off to an actual engineer.
So the wish magic of Ahamkara is basically a monkey's paw. You might wish for something, and you might get what you want, but it does have unexpected and sometimes disastrous outcomes.
Ah.
And they do this on purpose because it. And you see Paradox feeling a bit of a twinge. It pleases them.
It also
Mm.
sustains them. They need to do this to live. This is how they operate.
Interesting. So this bone is essentially a key to starting up this death engine, for lack of better words.
Kinda.
Sort of, and not exactly. We've been looking this thing over, and the light that's coming from it is genuine. But again, because of the source that it's coming from, we're all extremely skeptical.
So a light that we trust because that's our powers coming from a source that you know as an enemy. Gotcha. I think I'm starting to understand a bit more now.
This is why we feel like this thing is a trap. Because it does feel genuine, but we know who put it there. And that gives us all cause for concern.
Not to mention, we've seen the effects that it can have.
That the Hamkara bones have.
Yes, and how it can warp one's mind.
Oh.
Let's just say it almost ended the world.
On more than one occasion.
Yeah.
And considering the previous conversation that we had, you guys don't know anybody that is more of an expert on this, and the only resident expert here is Ash.
Sorry,
I wouldn't even say Ash is even an expert on this.
I am
Well,
just
forgive me.
aware, I guess.
The one who knows the most, not an expert, but knows enough of the subject.
I would say we're all on about an even playing field of how much we know on this subject.
I'm just the only one who's a proper scientist.
Yeah.
Understandable.
It's difficult to explain.
It does definitely, considering what little you guys have told me, it's rather confusing.
And that's just the surface.
Ha! Can't wait
Paradox,
to know the more of
you
it.
kind of see him like physically kind of like sigh and just like, there's a lot you probably need to be filled in on if you're gonna really understand everything. And Paradox just kind of looks to you, Elias. You know what what he wants, but he's not gonna ask you out loud.
I'm gonna put on my helmet real quick and just allow him to basically text it to me.
He understand. He can read your face. Like you don't need to like. I mean, if you want to put on the helmet, it's gonna look suspicious as hell. But okay.
I mean, is he basically like going? Should we tell him?
Like he's giving you the physical look. Like yes, like he's asking through body language.
How do I interpret what a ball is saying? I mean, his body language.
Because you know his mannerisms and you know how like what he looks like as a shell when he's asking for something. You know
Not
he's
to mention, not to mention they can
he's
emo.
All right. Oh, hold
Yes.
on. Are we inside at the moment?
yes. You guys are inside the kitchen.
Okay. I'm gonna step out of the kitchen real quick and look around.
So are you stepping outside?
Well, no, I'm like making sure nobody is near the fucking kitchen. Like that could overhear the conversation.
Okay, so all right. Well,
Okay.
you peek out the door then because there's just a door that leads just right outside
Okay.
of the kitchen to the outside.
Seeing his reaction, can I look around the room to make sure there are anyone else that's within the kitchen that could possibly overhear us?
No, so you guys are all alone in there. Everyone else they're off like working on building off in the distance, and there's other people who are still offloading some boxes further down the way. So at the moment, you're not surrounded by any other civilians.
There.
Yeah.
I won't even have you roll for it just because like you can see everyone at the moment because the sun's peeking up at the moment, so you're able to see everyone in the light.
It's right before the changing of the shifts, basically.
Yep, around that time frame.
All right. Diablo.
And Raven.
It's more directed to Diablo. Raven,
Well,
you
no,
can-
oh, hold on. More this. Take a vote. Should we disclose this? I'm voting yes, because if we're going to work with them, they need to know this.
I second that.
I guess, yeah. I'm not a fan of it, but it's probably the best. It's probably the better idea.
I mean, it's better than just telling some random librarian.
It's also better
Yeah.
than hiding it and revealing it
Fuck.
way.
I knew
later
that was
down the
gonna come
line.
back.
Us
Yeah, and
revealing
then
that way later down the line would cause way more problems than just telling them now and them
some
having their
some
questions.
potential trust issues later down the line. It's like broski. Yeah.
I had to throw shade. I'm sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
Man, I could have told her this whole time. I could have told both of them.
But it is
Just
but the shade is lore accurate, so I'm for it. All right, sorry, what were you gonna say, Matrix?
no, I was just saying. This whole time I could have said something. Just blurted it out. Hey, but I didn't. I was just like, oh man,
So
I should have.
So is that 3 votes to tell?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
Well, I'm on board with it. Go ahead, because yeah,
No one
So-
seems to really object at this point.
I object.
So-
No, wait, I changed my mind. No, I'm kidding.
So, Diablo, Raven, considering it seems like you guys are going to be with us for a while, it seems. It's only right that we tell you a bit more about ourselves. And I mean, if you haven't already tell from unusual behavior,
Well, no
When-
shit.
Diablo, you may want to sit down for this story.
I am already sitting. She's leaning back in her. She's leaning back in her. Leaning back and having her arms crossed and just cut in
Lean
kind
back
of
and get in
a head tilt of the kind of head tilt that makes it look like she's glaring at everybody or looking through, squinting at everybody, and
Now-
Does she have
Now-
her helmet on or no?
she will never take her helmet off. Except
Okay,
to say-
then
So-
yeah, the glare is lost on everybody.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, the
no, but the
plus,
tilt, the head, you can tell by her head
Tilt.
tilt.
she's physically tilting her.
Scrutinizing
So-
head tilt.
so recap. It was 100 years that we skipped into the future. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, roughly about that, because you've gone basically from
End of Golden Age. Like
well,
somewhere around
no,
there?
like you guys, you weren't.
We
in the
were far
Golden
beyond the
Age.
golden age.
Yeah, no, that's way back then. You guys would have been like pre-Destiny 1, and
Great
now
Disaster.
you guys are like Destiny 2. So yeah,
The
it's
Great
been,
Disaster
like,
happened during our, or like in our
Yeah,
original time.
The Great Disaster happened
It's
within
just
your guys'
old.
lifetime, so
Like,
it's
we're
been
old as
a
hell.
little over 100 years.
So, have you heard the tales and stories of a squadron that went missing, say, 100 or so years ago?
A fire team, more like.
Fire team.
God damn it.
Get in the well.
Not off the top of my head. I've been.
And Diablo, I'll actually, for this, I will have you roll a history check.
Okay,
Ooh,
another
you might
history
know.
check.
Yep.
I am rolling shit today.
God, roll
Yeah.
20s being a bitch.
Yeah, unfortunately, you hear a lot of different stories, but some of them you think might just be kind of bullshit. You don't really trust a lot of stories that you just randomly hear.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So,
Go ahead.
so that story isn't particularly false to say, as you're kind of looking at them.
You're looking at a group that's
Surprised.
from 100 years in the past.
Card isn't full of shit for once.
You guys are time travelers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more or less.
It's not more or less, it just is.
We literally travel through time.
Then how in the all fuck did you get here?
This is just where we end. This is where the
I just
person
point at the bone and go,
transported us
because of the
us.
person that left us that.
Yeah.
Because of the person that left you that.
Mm-hmm. His name is Godhand, and let's just say, if he was here nowadays, the fall of the city would have happened a lot fucking quicker.
I remember I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him in the fall of the city.
Well, you saw him in the dark, like,
Well,
memory
yeah, no, it was a
thing.
dark front. Yeah, no, but it's still him at like an instance of the city falling.
Yeah, but it's not this instance.
Yeah, no,
that
not
we
this
know
one,
of.
not this one,
Yeah,
but it's
a vision
it's
of a
different
dark
one.
timeline.
Yeah.
And with the whole thing on, we've seen the effects of the shard. It's because we've seen what's happened to our other selves.
Your other selves.
A lot of timey-wimey stuff that my
Wibbly
brain doesn't
wobbly.
understand. But
Let's just say when an Ahamkara is able to
Bend the rules of reality to the point that it's fucking stupid.
yes, as the foe that we fought known as God Hand, As I'm just gonna lean towards Elias.
which is technically just an alternate version of me, but fucking straight up evil.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
stutter.
It's partially accurate, so
It's an Ahamkara disguised as me, but being evil me.
It's an
That sound
Ahamkara
better.
that possessed
Gotta
him.
love the Ahamkara fuckery. I mean,
And
Ahamkara
we've
dicks,
seen
never trust them.
they
Paradox
do what
will
they
just
want.
kind of like jump in. So in a far distant future, Elias made a wish on Ahamkara for
Hold on, back up. You guys are. Did you just say far, far in the distant future?
let me just kind of lay it out for you because this is gonna be really
Raven thinks he
confusing as I
understands.
explain it. So in a far distant future, when we're losing to the darkness, future Elias is forced to make a wish upon an Ahamkara, and he wished for incredible speed. That Ahamkara binded to Elias and sort of became him as a result of it, and kind of became the thing that calls itself God Hand.
which we had to fight against in order to prevent him from destroying the universe as we know.
And
I'm
he used
real
memories of
quick.
Elias and everything that Elias knew as
While
a
this is
weapon
being
against
discussed,
us.
I'm gonna peek my head out the door and make sure nobody's approaching.
So
Just so I can double check.
He used the guise of being Elias to trick and confuse us as he concocted a major plan which ultimately led to the collapse of the universe, which we stopped, sort of.
And
Gotta
all
love
this
that.
happened in the future or in the past?
This all happened within the
See,
past.
that's the thing.
It's weird.
If
Are
we're
you
speaking
telling me?
relatively, it's in
Evil Elias came to
our
the pub to fuck with these
past.
guys. These guys won.
In a simple term, yes.
If we're speaking relatively, then it's in our past because it's already happened for us. But we're here now, and that thing has been there from the past. So
So what Raven understands is don't give a looks at Elias, him, any shiny bones.
It's better not give anyone the bone.
Raven will
As
take
it
the
can
bone.
have. That is also not a good call. No one should touch it.
Technically, Raven won't touch it.
We've seen what it has done to anyone that comes into contact with it. It drives
Let's
them
just say
mad.
ghosts are not immune to what it's capable of either.
We haven't seen what has happened to a ghost, but we'd probably rather not. No.
car magic can bend the fabric of reality itself. It can most certainly affect anything, including anything paracausal. I mean, there's a reason they were hunted out of existence.
Yes,
put it
I
simply,
can see why.
because to put it simply, once you're in the grasp of the Ankara, you are nothing. You are no longer the guardian you once were. You're just no more than just a monster.
What makes it even worse is this particular Ahamkara is a vengeful one, as it wants to seek revenge for its brethren who were hunted. So
Raven can sympathize with it.
angry.
And
I'm
so
pretty sure
all
you
these
don't want to
events,
sympathize with them.
But Raven does sympathize with it.
not only happened in the future, but also happened in the past, 100
Yes,
years
which
ago.
yes, but because we killed that god hand, it technically stabilized the times, but also altered them.
So
like
you're from
trying-
an alt.
Think
It's
of
an
it like
alternate
trying
past.
to repair a pane of glass. You might be able to get it mostly fixed, but it will not truly be the same.
You're only just filling in the crack. You aren't actually repairing it. In order to completely repair it, you have to completely melt it down. In
Shit's
order
fucked.
But you understand the metaphor, yes?
Yes, I do believe I do.
So, putting it simply, the things that wouldn't have happened in the past have been altered, where it would never now it will never occur.
Interesting.
And with us simply being here, we have no clue what effect that holds either. We could be separate entities, or we might even encounter our older selves. We could be our older selves, for all we know. But we don't look any different.
Oh, great.
Raven has a question.
Speak.
Shoot.
Why Unitel Zavala?
Because let's just say that when we left, we weren't on the best of notes with the Vanguard.
Raven
I
looking
was-
around, I think Zavala could have used your help.
Should we tell them what your evil self made you do?
I murdered a Vanguard apparently in the past or alternate
and it-
timeline.
You were set up, for one.
But you.
I said
but
apparently. I'm looking at it through the eyes of the Vanguard.
Yeah, but Paradox is trying to selectively change some of those words.
I
And-
mean, it's the easiest way to put it.
So you were coerced into murdering a Vanguard, or is it the alternate self?
He was brave.
Not quite like that. Well,
It's kind of like that.
It was more of force.
I want to point out that crown made me do things I didn't want to do.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I forgot the crown was a thing.
Paradox he's trying to defend you though, because
I
There's
mean,
no
there's
defending
no
it.
defending it.
There's no defending it. Not to mention, it wasn't
Yeah.
just any Vanguard member. It was a potential head, or it was a head.
No, it was
Was it
a head.
yeah, it was. I mean, not like the head, but it was like
It was a head
member of
fa-
A
it was one of the
very
head figures.
significant.
Yeah.
It was a very significant figure, one of the commanders of the Vanguard.
Yeah.
And because they were killed, we have no clue on the effects it had here.
Well,
So
that's-
since that happened in the
But
past,
no. Hold on. We know that he's not dead in this time because he's just missing. He went off searching for us, remember?
Missing.
We
life.
did manage to get that information.
So
Who did
it
you kill?
has changed. But
By any chance, does the name Nikon ring a bell for either of y'all? As a Warlock Vanguard?
Nikon?
Mm-hmm.
Can I roll a history?
I was gonna say both of them.
Yeah. Roll your d20 there for me.
damn.
What is up with Roll20 tonight?
Damn.
Y'all both suck.
Wait until
I'm
we have
glad
to
we're
roll
not in
anything.
combat, or else I would have been dead.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Thank
Can't
God
really
you're not
provide
being
advantage.
quizzed by history.
And we can't give advantage for that shit.
Well,
Death by-
honestly, also
Death
above
by
table.
history.
Above table. I wouldn't expect to have Diabla know
Because-
this type of stuff anyway, because
Yeah, so
yeah,
you're not
considering
really.
considering her past, she's not the brightest when it comes to history. So
You're not a student of history.
Why do you think-
You're a student of
why
the
do you think-
Vanguard.
Why do you think I have
Yeah.
a hard time explaining? Me not good at history.
Yeah, and as far as Baja, nah, you're too fixated on
The
if
shiny.
there's a shiny involved. In which case, you're not hearing of any shinies, so you're not.
He
really,
wasn't shiny enough.
He didn't have enough. His armor wasn't shiny enough for you.
Hey, perhaps if they were talking about his ghost, I might know him.
Do I even know Nikon's ghost's name?
You would, but man, you're gonna make me go deep into my notes because I haven't.
Good.
I
Time to
haven't.
You're
suffer.
gonna torture Dave.
I haven't. I'm.
Suffer.
Fuck.
Suffer.
I know we don't
No,
keep
the real
up this.
question is, can I even find it? Because you gotta understand how discombobulated my notes have been over the last few years.
Yeah.
Then suffer.
It's odd to think that we've been doing this for years.
Don't remind
I know,
me.
right?
Though there's no other group of idiots I'd rather do this with.
Same.
Love you, bunch of morons.
Fuck you.
Love you too, man.
Bitch.
Fuck you too, man.
I'm a son of a bitch.
Fuck.
Just come
He's
up
a-
with a name. Just come up with a name.
I had it written down. I have to
Save
find
your
it now.
soul, Dave, and just come up with a name on the
You-
spot.
Somebody's gonna go
caused.
into-
All right.
You
Hold on.
Oh my god.
All right. Nikon's ghost placeholder name here was.
Placeholder. There you
Here.
go.
There we go.
You called him.
Its name is placeholder for now.
Just watch somebody go watch the early episodes to find the ghost name for you, Dave.
Oh my god.
Good luck.
So his ghost name is placeholder. There you go. For now.
For
There
now.
you go.
Yeah, that's why it's called
Yeah, yeah.
placeholder.
So yeah, placeholder. All right, so go on.
Alright.
It
No.
does.
He no shiny either.
Sorry. Oh my god.
these rolls are shit.
He's not a friend of mine. He didn't have
I
shiny.
want to test something. I just want to.
It's just
Go
severe
ahead.
bad luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna
It's
try
just
one.
severe bad
Yeah, I was
luck.
gonna.
Hold
What
on,
is
I'm
this
gonna try
for?
this again.
Oh, don't try
What are
mine.
we rolling for? Are we just rolling?
Just
for the hell of it?
testing it.
We're just
we're
rolling to
just
see what
trying
the
it.
hell's going on with the roll.
What?
Yeah.
Hey, 16.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
no.
Yeah. See,
hold on,
now
hold
it's
on.
gonna come back
Here,
down.
You didn't roll a d20. You just rolled 20.
Oh, damn it. How do I do this? Roll.
Left side. There's the
just at the
dice.
top left
Left
of your
side.
screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can even see it on my screen. We're just running the system out of it, so it'll
I
stop
still
doing
have
it.
shit.
We're just-
It's just the luck of the dice today, I guess.
It
Yeah.
just be shitty.
It do be like that.
It do be like
Hang on, I'm gonna roll a bunch of 20s until it stops. Gives at least a decent balance there. This isn't a decent balance, people. Just the roll of the dice. And it sucks.
Wait, I have physical dice. Where are they?
Dave, I'll pull out the
I have a
dice
lot
that
of
I
physical
have
dice too, but you know.
and hook it up to roll 20.
I know you could. And I'm jealous that you could.
Wait, what?
I have
He's got
dice.
these Go dice that he can roll, and they're like Bluetooth dice that.
Oh, the Bluetooth dice.
Yeah, these are made by Go Dice, or it's the company that makes the Go Cube and everything. So yes, it will show the roll in roll 20 and even in Discord. Yes, I'm looking for a sponsorship.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm looking for
know
sponsorships
where
here.
my dice are.
We'd love to have you.
Please.
I'd love to pass out some prizes with that stuff. Oh my god, that would be fun. Huh? Just hint. If you ever see this company, sorry,
Nudge,
Nudge, wink, wink.
sorry. In the middle of this, we're trying to do that.
Shameless product placement
Yeah.
in the middle of our D&D session. Anyway.
It's not shameless if it's true.
I mean, hey, the 6-set dice, you get it with the shells, decent price. Come on now, you get the charging base, uses 2 AAAs. Oh, sorry. I have the D20
Me
for
and
the
my roll
D.
command, I got an 18.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting off track here.
What
History
track?
check for ghost name, knowing the ghost.
And the rolls suck. There.
Can
Yep, the rolls are stinky, so you do not know the ghost either.
can I try and provide them information that might jog any memory and give them advantage?
See, the thing is, it would depend on their backgrounds, and because Diablo is a Titan and...
Not to mention
Oh,
it's
Titan. All right,
Are you
hold on.
saying that because I'm
Hold
a
on. Yeah,
You
I
don't
was
know
gonna say,
nothing
Titans
about
doesn't-
it.
you would be less interested in warlock affairs, as that's just not important.
Well, I
to
want to
you.
point out that
Did this
the
person find a
disappearance of a
significant
vanguard
shiny?
would be important to all groups.
That is fair, but also here's the thing about Diablo's history. She wasn't really exactly even in the Vanguard in her past. So she wouldn't even know jack shit anyways.
Are you saying that Diablo wasn't a model student?
No.
Damn.
She was
Damn.
busy fending for her life and learning about guns.
Damn, she was skipping school.
And learning about guns. She gangsta.
I can't believe this.
Wait, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what?
Did this Warlock make any significant shiny find?
Would I know that he did anything significant?
It has to be shiny though.
Dave?
Sorry, what?
Would I know that he did anything super significant? Nikon?
I mean, you know he would have been in some of those previous battles in history.
Yeah.
See, like, you were at Six Fronts. You know he would have been there with you.
Yeah. Even though I was doing sabotage shit.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
that's
you
right.
were still at that major battle of history, and so you know he would have been as well. I mean, as
Oh.
far as any previous battles, like, you know he's been around the Vanguard for quite a long time in your timeline, so he might have been in other significant battles, but that would have been like in the deeper parts of history that would be less likely known. And sorry you gotta hear that fucker driving by.
I thought it was realistic background sound.
Was it one of those rice cooker cars?
It was either that or someone riding on their little motorbike.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Crotch rocket.
Sounded like it. That's somebody working on the farm right
So
now.
I just Hold
You
on.
just what?
Yeah, you just what? Uh-oh.
The fact that she's typing instead of just saying it is scary.
I'm nervous
Well,
now.
somebody's in trouble.
That's me. I'm sorry.
Out of everyone here that
I'll
might be in
take the-
trouble, it would probably be me.
Mhm.
No.
Well, then say it!
Don't say it. Keep him on his toes.
What would you even be in trouble for anyways?
I don't know! Then what are you typing? You
I
got all of our attention and then just typing.
The
I was
interesting
gonna
moments. Oh my god.
I didn't mean for it to capture everybody's attention.
You didn't even specify who you were gonna talk to.
I was gonna specify talking to Dave. But
So
anyway,
Dave.
He's in trouble.
Okay. To clarify, because Diablo was also at Six Fronts, but this battle was big enough to where you don't know everyone who would have been participating in it. And on your particular front, you never ran into anyone.
Wait,
by
hold
that
on. Is
name?
Diablo
Yeah,
over
I
100
figured.
years old?
She
I'm a fucking EXO!
Yeah, but how long have you been alive as an EXO is what I'm saying.
For a while! Hold on, somebody
6
knocked on my
months
door.
was at the beginning
Oh
of the
my
city
God.
age,
Sounds
wasn't
like
it?
she's done it again. She got the floor and then left us hanging again.
That's old.
Yep.
There was a knock at her door, so she's be right back.
Mom made me a drink and she's bringing it to my door. I'll be right back.
Ooh.
okay?
Oh, that's
She
all.
knows
Drinkies.
share. How rude.
Hey, what kind of drink? No.
But yeah, so she was there at Six Fronts, but again, this might also be because of the particular changes to the timeline that have happened. She's never encountered anyone. Yeah, you've never encountered anyone by that name, and you. But the thing is, again, the battle was very massive and did include pretty much the entirety of the Vanguard at that time. So,
Yeah.
to you, that could have really just been anyone, but you, in particular, do not recall anyone.
Yeah. Also, I would imagine. I think Diabla. I think she may have reset at least once or twice since then, so she probably definitely wouldn't really remember it, anyways.
You're at 7.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I did have to step away for a moment. Did you? How much? How long Diablo's been alive? Did you tell them that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you were around for Six Fronts. Like you were pretty much, if I remember your backstory right, you were pretty much kind of resurrected around like just before that battle, and that was like your first taste of combat was Six Fronts.
Yes, it wasn't very long before Battle Six Fronts that I was resurrected.
Yeah.
As a guardian.
That brings up a question that I've got. How long has Raven been active?
That's
Since
up to you.
the Traveler first. All ghosts were made when the Traveler first, like...
Went dark.
When the Traveler first went dark, literally every ghost in existence was made. So you've been around as long as the Traveler has been, like, when it touched down on Earth and decided to just sit there.
And decide, I'm gonna take a nap here.
Well, that would have been the Dark Age, or before the Dark Age, even.
During the collapse.
Yeah.
It was
So that
during
means
the
I've
collapse.
been collecting shinies for centuries.
Yes.
Yep.
You've just been doing a very poor job of it if you don't have a
You are
bigger
the
stash.
oldest one here.
Well, I have stashes everywhere. I still need to get together and talk with Dave, like what's in the stashes. That's why I haven't like gone to go get the stashes. Because I think it'd be rude to go get them when I don't even know what's probably in the stashes.
Imagine one of the stashes has Red Death.
And the banned Vanguard weapon.
What?
So there is a weapon in war banned by the Vanguard, and it is the Red Death.
Well, both Red Death and
What the
Crimson.
fuck?
And surprisingly, it's coming back for Destiny 2. Haha!
Well, we know that Necrocast
I'm actually happy about that too, because I love
Yeah!
That is
Red Death
coming
was
back.
one of my favorites.
Wait, Red Death is actually coming back?
Yeah, during Final Shade.
Fuck yeah!
So I'm wondering what the fuck it's gonna do, considering that Crimson
is basically just the hand cannon version of it.
Yeah, they turned it into a hand cannon, kind of let it do its thing.
Yeah, but fuck Crimson.
The
I'm just wondering
Crimson
what they're
is just
gonna
a
do
shitty
with
version
Red
of it.
Death. Are they just gonna have two guns that do the exact same thing, or what?
Probably not.
Or,
There's probably gonna be
imagine
some
that they
You
revamp.
forgot one important thing. One's bigger.
Huh?
Well, yeah. One is definitely bigger.
And one's definitely a lot better with more ammo.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I was gonna say, anyways, where were we?
Lamenting over the shitty rolls Roll20 is giving.
Ah, yes, that's right. But no, the history of Nikon's ghost, and then
Yeah, unfortunately, you may have heard it, but it was probably in passing. You don't recognize it in particular.
Raven is bored with this conversation, is flying away.
Alright, so Raven, you could just
I
kinda
grabbed
go
the duct
floating
tape and duct tape him to the wall quick.
I transmat away.
I'd grab him before he can do that. Can I roll and see if I can do that?
Roll in athletics.
Alright, 1 second. I actually gotta pull up my character sheet.
And I'm gonna counter roll for you since
No, I'm probably not.
nope, you're not. So yep, you reach for him and he just
Oh, fucking shit.
teleports away.
But long story short, this person Icon, who has more or less gone missing, he was killed in an alternative time. So we're not exactly sure on what will happen if we do encounter the Vanguard again as our actual selves.
We do know that Nikon did quote-unquote disappear because he left to go searching for us after our disappearance which was that over 100 years ago.
What does that sound?
That'll be my mic fucking up. Because
it sounded like
cord is
somebody
fucky.
scratching on something.
Yeah, again, my cord is fucky. I
Oof.
mean, a new one.
Alright, continue.
But, yeah, considering that Nikon has gone missing because he went to look for us, we're not exactly sure what will happen if we encounter the Vanguard as ourselves. Not to mention,
Because
they
you're
might question us on if we know where Nikon is, since he went to look for us, or even what happened to us for us to have gone missing.
Because you don't know if you guys have actually had any negative experiences with this Vanguard. And I say this Vanguard, meaning this timeline's Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in the other one, he's kind of a fugitive, and we're fugitives by association.
It was fun, though. Being honest.
I appreciate
I
your
wouldn't
honesty.
I wouldn't say killing a Vanguard as fun.
No, I'm talking about in general, jackass. You can't tell me that being the first people to really travel through time in our timeline isn't cool as shit.
I mean, granted, yes, that part is.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Killing a Vanguard, no. Yeah, no. Because you gotta admit, we met some really cool people. Even though some of them were criminals.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably the only reason I have my upgrade this thing.
Yeah.
Actually, now I think of it, how am I gonna have a fully functional upgrade now that I think of it, with the people aren't here anymore?
Well, I mean, technically, you can always go to Stonehenge and see if she is there, and because she helped you with your upgrade, help her relearn.
I mean, it would be over 100 years. If anything, it would be a descendant, would it not?
Human lifespans are extended. Remember that.
Right.
Humans can get up to what, 200? Or is it 300 years old?
300 years.
300. Yeah, so she'd probably look like Hawthorne now.
No, man.
And knowing what she was doing when we found her, she's probably insanely fucking smart.
Well, yeah, considering the possibility she'd be able to do when she was not even 18.
Yeah.
So it could be possible that she could definitely be the key for accessing locked away stuff for me. But going back on track, trying to figure out on how to get this collar spine, at least any information on the effects it would have, could be quite dire, and having it in the wrong hands could even be an even more dire state. So, how are you going to perform this espionage then?
Well, we would have to figure out where the big guy is at first, and frankly, we know where the big guy is. The guy who was looking for the bone. I don't think we even got his name.
Yeah.
And I don't exactly expect if we do capture Cabal, they'll be more than willing to.
Oh, we're not gonna capture Cabal. That's not happening. You and I know that they don't surrender.
They don't surrender. Yeah. They will fight to the death.
That's what I'm saying. It's not likely for us to get a name from a captured Cabal. Because even if it is captured, it probably end itself out of pride.
I just pull out the fucking helmet that I've been holding and just kind of just start flipping it in my hand and go, I kind of did yoink their fucking radio communications. We can spy on them.
That's possible. I guess just make sure that it's only receiving and not outputting.
Well, yeah.
And with it, we can at least try to be one step ahead of them and set up an ambush, or at least a plan of sorts to frame another.
Figure out information about them.
In which we'll need the translator. So who's going to go after Raven?
Just the quiet.
Oh, sorry. No. I'll do it.
Theo, are you examining the helmet at all by chance? Are you examining the helmet at all?
Probably, yeah.
If you're asking if the radio is off, I would have made sure that first thing. I'm not that stupid.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Probably, yeah, since I'm more intrigued on how the armor functions.
Okay.
I'll go look for Raven.
Roll an intelligence with advantage since you're gonna be proficient with and knowledgeable about armor.
Intelligence with advantage, yay. +0 bonus, let's go. 15!
Okay. So, you get a good looking into the helmet, and you know the inner workings of your own helmet, and you're able to recognize like how a radio system works inside the helmet. Looking into it, you can clearly recognize the radio's turned off. It's not functioning at the moment. But you do notice that it's a bit of a short-range transmitter. It's maybe only going to be 20, 25 kilometers of range. This comes from basically like a drop trooper, and like they're only meant for short range communication. These helmets are not made for anything long range.
We might have a slight problem on the espionage.
question, Dave. Would I have known that by any chance? Because I kind of do specialize in electronics.
Is that the helmet he put on me to identify the radio?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been the radio.
But you're not here.
I'm looking for you.
Yeah, I mean, you should have recognized that it would have only worked for within, like, a short range. Like, it would have been, like, pretty much everything you can see within your visual range, like, 10 to
Within
12
the
miles.
curvature of the Earth.
Like, yeah, like 10 to 12 miles. Like, you're able to pick up radio signal for anything you can visually see. But anything outside of that, that helmet will not pick it up.
I just look at him and go, we can just literally make a bigger radio because all we need is the frequencies that they use.
I was going to suggest possibly having a booster attached, like, to connect to the radio, so we can get a broader spectrum.
No?
Right. Thing is, you're gonna have to turn the radio on to get those frequencies.
So,
I mean,
we'll
there's no
have
cabal
to.
within the range, so.
But at the same time, do we still want to take that risk?
Again, no gain without risk.
And plus, how are they gonna track our signal if we're just listening in?
Yeah, we're not transmitting. We're just turning it on and seeing what frequency it's on.
I don't know. Let's listen in.
Alright, so you pop on the radio of the helmet, and you kind of stick your ear to the helmet a little bit. You're not, like, totally trying to put the helmet on. You're listening in, and for the moment, it's just silence. But after a few moments, it does start to pick up a signal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit staticky, and you're not really able to understand what's being said because between the static and the language barrier, it's pretty indecipherable at the moment. After a few moments, the signal does start to clear up. And you do start to hear something. Who among you here understands Cabal?
No, I don't think anyone does besides from Raven.
Yeah, and I'm looking for Raven.
And guess which one just left?
Because we haven't really been able to learn any other languages, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna say Paradox is gonna try to attempt to translate.
Breaker 19.
Okay. That's pretty good. So Paradox kind of leans into listening in on the radio signal. Wait a minute. I think I can translate it. It's... It just says they're close.
I'm going outside.
You see his eye go wide.
Wait, I'm already outside.
I think his internet cut out.
Oh, God.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, Paradox's eye goes wide, and he immediately darts out the door.
Yeah, I'm not far behind either.
I guess I'd be doing as well.
Diabla hurriedly cleans up her workstation and gets Thunderlord ready.
So for the people outside, I would like for you to make perception checks.
Who's all considered outside at this point?
I've been outside, so
Yep. So
No,
Uros,
sir.
Elias, Theo,
where's my perception?
Is Ash outside?
and
Oh, I see nothing.
yeah, it's
I'm blind.
Yeah, I'd say Ash, you probably
25.
as well.
Theo, we're blind.
Is
Thank
Diabla
God.
considered outside?
You were
Or not
cleaning
yet.
up your station and getting
Oh,
your
yeah,
weapon
yeah.
ready, so yeah, you're not
I
outside
fuck
yet.
me, man.
So Elias is the only one who can see. We're all blind.
Do you want Raven to do anything?
Oh, Raven.
Yeah.
I am in severe mental
Raven,
anguish.
I need you to tell me where you actually went when you teleported away.
Like 5 feet?
He basically
well-
just takes the go for it.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know where you went or what you did, so.
I just went outside.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and I'll have you roll perception as well since you're outside.
I got a 2.
Okay.
We're all blind except for Elias.
You're the only one who spots this because it's way off still on the horizon. It's kind of hard to even see because it's just slightly above the tree line. But you do see there's a Cabal cruiser en
That's
route.
fun.
It's gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna basically yell out to all the civilians, "Get the fuck underground!"
So upon hearing that, they immediately dash inside and they start making their way into the underground sections of the farm.
And I am pointing in the direction of the cruiser. We got fucking Cabal inbound.
Oh, fucking lovely.
Hawthorne posts up.
His mic cut out.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I was also gonna say there are other guardians with us. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a group or two that have appeared.
I led 3 here at least.
Okay.
I hope Dave doesn't die.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll just give him a moment.
I was gonna say we could technically intercept it, that cruiser. We do have a few ships.
Do we
Our
want to risk it?
ships-
though?
I mean, if we can damage it before it gets
Yes,
here and
it is.
disable it,
I guess.
Dave, you back?
I'm back, yes.
There he is.
Lovely.
Fucking internet.
It'd be like that.
because I do want to point out I did make sure to bring ammo.
So going back.
You know I still have that
Civilians-
shit ammo that I grabbed like when we left the city, right?
Well,
so
no,
this-
I'm talking about the cannon ammo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. When we left the city,
Well, that's
Yeah, how
right.
much
He's
did
still
you get?
I have 2 rounds.
extra
Yeah, two.
cannons.
That's not much.
Better than nothing.
So the civilians went underground. Hawthorne is posted up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we heard.
she's up on the rooftop and she's confirmed what Elias sees through her sniper scope. It says the cruiser's still a few miles out, but it's en route. And for you guys to find positions and to ready an ambush.
So they already know that we're here.
Do they?
They're coming directly toward us. There's no way they don't know that we're here.
They could be tracking the bone.
That is a good
Yeah.
point.
Uh-huh.
Wait, tracking the bone?
Yeah, it gives off of a very unique signature.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
All right.
I was gonna say I'm
By
a,
the way, do I still have it, or did someone take it from me?
I mean, I would have had it, but I also
Okay.
placed it into a safe area.
Okay. Sorry, I just missed that.
I was gonna say I would run and grab it if need be and
I was
keep
gonna-
a hold
I
of
was
it,
gonna say-
unless you want to, Theo.
Would keep it where it
I would-
is for now.
I mean, I'm probably the safe like realistically, I'm probably the safest person to have it, considering it's gonna take a lot to take me down.
Then head to where it's at and stay
Not to
near.
mention I'm
Who-
smart enough to.
Who's
not
another
touch the
good
crystal.
fucking pilot within our group?
I don't know.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Who
I
got
mean, you all
pilots?
have starship proficiency, and you're proficient with your sparrows, so
But I'm talking about like dogfighting and attacking a capital ship. That's a completely different fucking ballgame.
that's I don't believe anyone would have that kind of
Other than
proficiency.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my ship's like the starter ship anyway. I don't know what that thing has.
Yep. Yep. No one really
could throw
has
mine at
like
it.
a remarkable like kind of a combat style ship.
Yeah.
So then it would just be me then.
Get me closer.
Yeah.
I can annoy them with my shinies.
Alright, so with Hawthorne's telling us that to get in position that it's en route, I'll call out Guardians, prepare to defend the farm, and I guess I'll go ahead and head towards the shard.
I'll
like,
follow
secure it.
Theo. I'll follow you, Theo. That way it's not just one of us.
I want to head toward my ship. I want to try and disable that cruiser before it gets close. Because you said it's just one lone cruiser, right?
That you could see.
Well, it's better to get out there and figure it out.
It was very far off in the distance from when you were looking, so you could only really see the one.
Question: would my ship at least have firearms on it? Because I know I don't particularly use my ship for combat, but I've been around for a while, so I know that having armaments on would be beneficial.
Yeah, for yours in particular, you probably would have like some basic guns on there, but you in particular haven't seen really much space combat, if any. So
Well, I was gonna
like,
because I was
sure,
gonna say the person that probably has more experience than I would, or at least with survival. Because I was gonna recommend, because ghosts can pilot ships, correct?
they can assist you in piloting, yes.
Because I was gonna say someone could take control of my ship, and Raven could assist in the combat. So that way, at least then, someone would have an advantage in the combat, since they would have a guidance on him.
But that basically like you would need like a turret then for him to operate, and your ship doesn't have a turret like that. The only guns that you would have would be like the forward-facing guns that you would have, like just like your basic Vulcan guns on like a just like a standard like jet fighter. Like you don't have anything like any significant or like superior weaponry when it comes to like your ship, because like I said, you haven't really needed it for really any space combat prior, so there hasn't really been a need for you to upgrade your weapons past any like just forward-facing Vulcan cannons.
Okay.
While I have actual cannons on mine.
I was gonna suggest that I go with Blue anyway to help run background systems on his ship, but he focuses on killing things.
Yeah, that would work.
The more it goes, the better.
All right, so you're
And
hopping
in
in your ship
emergency,
and
I have
you're
my
going to
combat
intercept?
form.
Yeah, I'm hopping in my ship and I'm going up.
Okay.
Because I'm at least going to try and buy time for other defenders.
I'm a piggyback on his transmat to come with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm basically going to relay my plan to Hawthorne.
Okay, and for the rest of you, what are you going to be doing?
I'm probably finishing up cleaning up my station by now and out the door, basically ready to defend or help in any way to get civilians out of the way and into safety.
Okay. Yeah, so most of the civilians at this point have gotten into the underground. There's not, like I said, there's not too many of them here still, so there's still plenty of room for them to get down to the underground and fit comfortably, so no one's really cramped or anything.
There is a
So
few
it's
guardians here, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
there are a
it's more
couple
just-
of...
It's more
They're up-
defending the position.
Yeah, they're up on the roof with Hawthorne defending the farm, with you know, the height advantage and being able to look down. So they're posted up on top of the rooftop. And
So I'm gonna go ahead and say when I do take off, I'm not going directly toward it. I'm coming around at an arc and staying fucking low because radar does not really work against things that are below it, if you know what I mean. It blends into mountains, and we're in a very mountainous terrain.
right, but you're seeing it across the tree line, so if you're coming pretty much level to it, they're going to be in visual range to see if you're like eye to eye, basically.
I mean, fair enough, but it's gonna be harder to lock onto me.
Yeah, like they're not going to be able to like lock on any like particular, you know, missiles or anything, but they're going to be able to see you and they're going to know that you're flying at them.
No, that's fine.
So, okay.
We also never figured out how space combat works, too. So,
Well, that's the thing is I am tempted to kind of stop early because I kind of had a different idea for combat, but at the same time, like, I kind of want to play with the space combat idea.
yeah, I mean, hey, it's neat.
I do want to try it out, so I think we'll end this one a little early because the next session is pretty much going to be like 90% combat. So,
Yeah. I would say next session it'd be like maybe 5 turns of space combat before they reach.
we'll see. Because I'm gonna work on the kinks of the space combat for next session, and then, because like either way, like there's gonna be, we're gonna have a significant combat session. So yeah, we're gonna have fun with that on the next one. But yeah, we'll cut it off here. It's a little shorter than our normal sessions, but that's all right because the next one might end up being a little longer, just because combat might end up going longer than we're expecting.
Yeah. Hey, Blue, you finally get one of your long sessions you want.
8 hours later.
I mean, you could always come over to our Transformer session where we have like 5-6 hours.
Yeah, I don't know why that doesn't happen here.
There's reasons why it doesn't happen here.
It's my fault. I get into my own story and I keep going. My fault.
Yeah, the sad thing is, it's normally the players ending the session, not the DM.
Yeah. Can we stop now? Okay, fine. Fine. You're also me.
By the way, Winterstar, I apologize for the tools thing. I saw an opportunity and I took it.
I mean, I get that because you're Raven and you do shit like that. I'm like, don't touch my fucking tools!
No, but
My
it's great because
tool!
in character, like, yes, you can
It was-
absolutely be mad about it because it's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah,
Oh,
like out of
God,
character, I'm like,
perfect.
oh my gosh, I can see the humor in it. I
I
can chuckle about it. I can chuckle about it.
It's
Even
funny.
though, well, in and out of character, I want to murder you, but at the same time, I'm like, you saw an opportunity, you
I think
took it. I'm like,
the favorite part of that entire interaction is I did not hesitate. All it took was like 0.5 seconds. I want to roll that hand.
oh my gosh.
And you roll like you base rolled an 18. I didn't even need to add a modifier to it. You just you did it.
Ah, the fun of
And the
things.
thing is, like, if you rolled a like because you were so close to rolling a 20, like if you seriously rolled a 20, I would have even said you polished them.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Like somehow like in the time like she looked away and looked back, like her tools are not only reorganized but they are polished into a pristine shine.
That I probably would, at that point, I probably would have been less mad. Well, Diablo would have been way less mad because of like, My tools are actually
The fact
clean
that
and probably
Raven
well oiled for
organized them
once.
in literally half a second should already be impressive.
That is
the
fair.
fun of things that we do here. Yes. Shine my tools. Thank you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, with all that fun, I guess I can end stream then, huh? Oh, don't all talk at once. Jeez. Okay, fine. Well, here, I'll fix this real quick. Okay, if anybody wants to play this kind of game for D&D, you can go to Velvet Fang, check out the Dungeons and Destiny stuff. They have the books under content. Check it out. If you want to, join their Discord. Don't worry about the rest of those, really. But if you want to join those, they do have a YouTube. They also have a Twitch channel, too. I'm not going to say the other one because it's annoying because now they changed their name, so I don't care. Not Velvet
They
Fang.
have a Twitter. I refuse to call it X.
See, now it's gonna. That's why I was trying to avoid that.
Twitter.
Twitter.
We've had this discussion before.
Fucking Twitter.
See, that's
Wait,
so
I'm sorry. A warlock's name is Nikon, and a fucking ghost's name is Twitter?
No.
No.
Oh my god, that's the ghost name now.
Yeah, its ghost name is now Twitter. That's
It's Twitter.
confirmed.
It's called Twitter. It's called Twitter.
Dave is not gonna.
Let's go.
Oh, no, that's all I heard. That's all I zoned back into was hearing
Oh my
about Twitter.
God.
I'm sorry.
No, oh
I'm
my
sorry.
god, that was
I'm
good.
sorry.
No,
Does it also have a
ignore
live
that
link
one.
to
You
tweet?
see, yeah, see what happens when I say
Yo,
the wrong
instead of
thing.
making like
Oh my
instead of
god.
making like the standard ghost sounds whenever it scans something, it just does the tweet sounds.
Nah. You know the Bungie like charity logo. That's the heart.
Oh,
It's just
yeah.
that, except it's the Twitter logo instead.
see, the things that I was trying to avoid saying that one because I know this would happen. But if you guys, anybody is interested, go check out the public release folder. That's where all these files are. You can see them right here. Ta-da! There they are. This is why I had to add on the other stuff to the stream. And if you want to catch up on the videos, let me back this up. You can come back to the YouTube channel where this will be uploaded maybe by tomorrow. I've been actually keeping up as much as I can on them. But
Shock and horror.
yeah.
I'll be back here in a little bit.
No, you won't. Sit.
Shut the fuck up.
See? Love you too, Visor. But if you want to check out any other links under here, there's others under here. I think I'm missing somebody. Oh, I'll figure it out later. But there are the links down here. Sort of Bar Podcast is one of them. You can find them on Spotify as well as their podcast on YouTube. And you got Heximus, who does my little Kerbo thing. So if you ever want one of your own, you can commission one through her. You got Space Ghost Dave. His link is there as well, but it's also on the Twitter. God, you guys got me saying it. Twitch page. Shut up, or I'll mute you all.
I say nothing.
I'm innocent before.
Under the Twitch page, there's links there too. If you guys feel like donating a few bucks while you're down there, there is a Patreon link. You can throw it. All that goes back into this. So you should
donate to charity.
Who said that? I'm going to delete them now. They're no longer allowed in here. I am a charity. When I start, being able to make a lot more money, then I can donate to charity.
You're not supporting the kids in Africa that have no water.
Oh, jeez. If I could I don't mind doing charity streams every once in a while, but right now I can't afford to do a whole lot. So I can do that and let people donate to those later on. Right now, you can, like I said, you can check out the links, find them all in here. You can check out past videos. I do the box openings for Transformers stuff and some other things sometimes. And yes, Frosted Merc is also on that link. Are you doing one tomorrow, Mercer?
Yes, I will. Hopefully. If
Hopefully.
I have the players.
I'll be there. Unless I get sidetracked by Armored Core.
But there's a link here in the YouTube and a link in the Twitch page. So you guys can find them that way as well. Winter also has her link in the Twitch. That's what's missing on this side. is her link for Twitch. So you can find hers down in the Twitch page down below as well. So look for all those links. You'll have fun with it. I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
I think we got it covered.
Okay. Say bye.
Yeah.
See you next week. Get some sleep.
Bye.
May the calming cold guide your heart.
Fuck that guy.
What?
Good night, guys.
So that's that's me. God. Okay, and for mine, most everybody knows it now. It's wherever you're at in the world. Have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and be safe out there. People be crazy. Humans are nuts. Jeez,
Yeah, look at this group.
we're all crazy here. I almost did the Peter Griffin laugh, and I don't want to do that. Somebody would hit me over here and smack me in the back. Don't do that again. Bye, everyone.